Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, family and friends. We are back again. First, I want to give a shout out. How about them Cowboys? Let's go. Great win. I usually don't talk about the Cowboys very much, but I absolutely can't stand the Eagles. So sorry, fam. A lot of my family members are Eagles fans because we used to live on the East Coast. But sorry, beating the Eagles is the highlight of my year as far as the Cowboys go. Don't really care if they make the playoffs as long as we beat the Eagles. Hallelujah. Anyway, on to business. This year is more expensive than last year. Everything. Whether it's gas, whether it's groceries, rent, everything is more expensive. But I'm gonna break this down for you guys. Why, like Mamdani, why he won in New York. When people talk about socialism, other than people that don't understand it, like MAGA folks that live in red states that have low education scores for their state. Like Oklahoma being number 49 or number 50 in education, they don't really understand what socialism means. They try to co-opt it and attach it to other things like communism and fashion, blah, blah. They really don't understand the definition of words, and partially due to them having low education scores. But that's another topic. In the simplest terms, being in a capitalist society, ultimately, eventually, it's unsustainable. And here's why. Because the businesses, all the businesses in a capitalist society, their goal is to make profits or increase profits every year. The easiest way to do that is by increasing price, right? You follow me so far? A way to keep costs down is by not paying employees more. So, anybody that has even basic elementary school math, if you know how to add, you know that if prices keep going up, but wages stay the same, sooner or later people cannot afford what they buy today, they will not be able to buy tomorrow. Now, whether that's necessities or luxuries, it doesn't matter. If I only make $5 and all of my bills cost $3, and then the next year all of my bills cost $4 and I'm still making the same $5, and then the year after that it goes, all my bills cost $5. Eventually all my bills are going to cost $6, and I'm not going to make enough money for all of my bills. It is not sustainable over a long period of time. Now, that's an extreme simplification. But you've seen it. You've seen it and you don't even realize it. Okay? The best example was COVID. When COVID hit and supply and demand got disrupted and prices went up and people were staying at home, you may not have noticed it as much if you worked from home because you weren't spending money on gasoline and things like that, maintenance for your car as much. You weren't going out to eat as much. But prices went up. They never came back down from COVID. Now, I mean, there was a slight adjustment, but for the most part, prices stayed up from COVID. What's happening today that's going to have the same exact effect? Your tariffs. Prices are up because of tariffs. Do you think that a company that right now is getting away with charging you, let's say, 10 cents or more, 10 cents more for what, for the same thing that you bought last year for 10 cents less. Do you think that when Trump is out of office and the tariffs go away, do you think that they're going to say, oh, well, now that we made that extra profit, we're going to cut those prices and go back to 10 cents less? Do you think that's what's going to happen? No, that's not what's going to happen. They're going to keep charging you more because you're already paying it. It's the same concept that Walmart uses with their rollbacks. Okay? If you're not familiar with a Walmart rollback is, if you've never worked as a stocker for Walmart, if you've never had to know anybody to change the prices, on Monday, they will raise the price on an item, whatever it is. Let's say it goes up 50 cents. Let's say it goes up $1. It doesn't really matter. Because on Saturday, when they put the little rollback and the little smiley face up, they're going to reduce it. Let's say the price goes up 90 cents. I'm sorry, the price goes up $1. They're going to roll it back 90 cents. So they're still making a profit. But in your mind, you think, oh, this was $1 more yesterday. Now it's 90 cents less. I'm saving 90 cents. No, you're not. You're still paying 10 cents more. It's a trick bag. Okay? It's a hustle game. And I'm giving you free lessons. Okay? Because game is meant to be sold and not told. And I'm giving you free lessons. But that's what Black Friday is all about. When they say you're making all these big savings, the prices were raised. The prices were already increased last month in October. So when November rolls around and they say, hey, it's Black Friday or it's Cyber Monday or whatever the case may be, the price was already inflated. It was already raised, and now they're dropping it down, so you think you're getting a good deal. That's the game. If you had a way to chart and compare the price of something today versus the price of the same thing last year, you're going to see that it's increased. Okay? And the biggest problem with that inflation is that wages are not increasing with the prices. Wages are not increasing. Same with rent. Same with everything else. Anyway, I've given you my little economics for the day, and hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Thank you for watching my video, and have a good afternoon.